Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Judith Patterson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Texas, and today we're going to make a small slimline card using my stamp set of the week, framed and festive. I love that this is a full sentiment set. It is great for adding to just some pretty DSP to make some quick and easy cards, or for using with other sets that have some gorgeous images in them, like this vintage Christmas stamp set. So I'm going to be using this tall bottle so that we can use the bottle punch, and then I'm going to stamp these 3 stamps, and we're going to do some fussy cutting. Okay, so let's flip the camera around and start stamping. So the first thing that I do when I'm using a punch is see which way, I always turn it upside down, and I see which way the cardstock is going to go into the punch. So this goes in from the top, so I want my stamp to be stamped at the bottom of this cardstock with the bottle facing up like normal. So I'm going to stamp this bottle in Coastal Cabana. Then I'm going to stamp the flowers with Sweet Sorbet. I always want to make up a name for this one. I don't know why. I have a hard time remembering what it's actually called for some reason. I always want to call it something about sweet strawberries or something. Okay, so this next stamp, it has the little dots for the insides of the flowers, and it also has the pine cones. I don't want the pine cones this time, so I'm just going to use, these are so handy, they're little flag post-it notes. So I'm just going to put one on each of the pine cones. And then I'm going to ink up the insides of these flowers with So Saffron. I'm going to get rid of these flags and just throw them in the trash. And then stamp the insides of my flowers. Perfect. Okay, this final stamp is the leaves. So I'm going to use Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to stamp those here as well. Okay, so just gonna go ahead and punch this bottle out using this punch. There we go. And then these pieces I'm going to fuzzy cut. I'm gonna start by cutting this a lot smaller so that it's easier to work with. And I'll cut the flowers out first. Okay, and then for the leaves, I'm going to cut these out. I'll cut these together, and then I'm going to cut these 2 over here together. so now that we have these pieces ready, I'm just going to place them all up here. And then I have a 2 1/4 inch by 6 inch piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy just over the top of this. And then I'm going to stamp our sentiment stamp, "May this season be filled with peace and joy," with Versamark here at the top of this cardstock. I'm going to center it as best I can, stamp towards the top, and just apply even pressure. Okay, lift it straight up. And then I'm using the white embossing powder. If you're ordering from Stampin' Up, this comes in the basics embossing powders. You get the white, the black, and the clear. Okay, and then I'm going to use the heat tool to set it. Okay, and so now it's time to go ahead and start putting all of these pieces together. So I'm going to start with my card base. This is a piece of the Sweet Sorbet cardstock. It's cut 6 inches by 6.5 inches. And then this is part of the In Color 6x6 Designer Series paper. This is Sweet Sorbet, and I cut 1 inch by 6 inch strips. I'm just going to use my liquid glue here. So I'm going to put one on the outside edge and then one on the inside edge. I guess it's not the inside edge, it's the other outside edge. The folded edge. There we go. And then this piece, I'm going to go ahead and just use liquid glue for it as well. And put it right here in the center over these other two. Okay, so then for the bottle, before I start gluing the bottle down, I'm gonna, actually that was way too much glue, but that's okay. I'm gonna grab my silicone sheet. There we go. That way it doesn't matter if I get glue on it. So I'm gonna start by putting my flower there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of this. And place that down on my card. My bottle's a little crooked. Let's see if I can straighten that up some. There we go. So now these little pieces, I'm going to use mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the backs of these. And I'm going to start with this larger one. So I'll put a mini one there and there. I'll go ahead and put one here as well. Okay, so then I can decide exactly how I want those to be placed, because I don't want these covering up the words any. So that one can go there, and then this one I'm just going to put one dimensional on the back. And then again, I'm just going to slide it under and just layer it underneath those. Maybe pull it out just a hair. There we go. And if you wanted to, you could add a little liquid glue and glue that down, but I kind of like the dimension that it is right there. And that's our card. So for the inside, I have a 3" by 5 3/4 inch piece of basic white. You can add some flowers to the bottom of this. You could add a strip of the designer series paper to the side, or you could add another bottle. Right now I'm just going to leave mine blank. I just want to have that in there so it's ready, because I never know how much I want to write. Thank you so much for watching this quick tutorial on how to make this fun card with, I almost said with Fa La La La, that is so not right, with Vintage Christmas and framed and festive stamps. See, it says Fa La 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 right here towards the top. So that was just what was in my brain. I have recently shut down my Facebook page and moved to just having a Facebook group. I would love for you to join me over there. I think it's going to be a lot of fun having a group. It's a private group, so I am limiting who can join, so I'm hoping to keep bots and things like that out and have just real people that are excited about crafting in the group. So I hope that you'll join us there. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I love getting those. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button if you would like to see more videos on how to make cards. Y'all have a good weekend. Happy stamping.